ワールドシリーズから一夜明け、様々な番組で昨日の振り返りを行っていました。ドジャースを応援するファンからすれば大逆転勝利ですが、ヤンキースからすれば5回に起きた悪夢で負けた自滅と映っているようです。実際私も試合を観戦していて、4回のセンターオーバーの難しい打球をフェンスで見事に捕球したジャッジ選手が何でもないような真正面のセンターフライを落とすのはどうしたとなりましたし、ファーストゴロでカバーに入らないコール投手にはなんでと声を上げてしまったほどです。今回は昨夜の試合の振り返りの多くと注目の FA となるファンソト選手についての話題を翻訳してお届けいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーに関する情報を翻訳してお届けいたします。と言いつつ最近もはやメジャーリーグ全体の話題を拾ってくるチャンネルになりつつありますが、もちろん日本人選手中心にお届けしていきますので、お見逃しのないよう今のうちにチャンネル登録をお願いいたします。
Oh my gosh, Kevin, last night, what a fifth inning, and there is the Dodgers plane arriving. I think they got its friends and family. No, yeah. I want to say, hang on, let me look at my text messages.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people on that plane.
Oh.
There's the plane.
They took 3 planes, by the way, guys, just so we're clear here. They didn't just take 2. They took multiple planes across the country. Family, friends, front office, and then, of course, the world champs.
Yeah, so I think the friends and family landed at like 11:20 in the morning. Those other guys got in a little bit later. But Kevin, take me through this 5th inning. How magical was this?
It was magical if you're a Dodger Blue fan. It was unmagical if you're a Pinstripes fan. There was execution, there was stuff, and I'll tell you right now, what a series.
Walker Buehler comes in for the save on one day's rest. Let's hear from the 2024 World Champs.
Man, this group is I just love these guys. I said it a month ago that this is my favorite group that I've ever been around. They're the closest group that I've ever been around. They care for each other, love one another, and even when we were down 5-0, they didn't bat an eye, they didn't quit, they kept fighting, and I'm just so proud of these guys. They wanted it for the fans. I talked about getting a parade. We're going to get our parade this year.
The job Doc did tonight, managing a bullpen, I hope he gets his flowers, because to manage after a bullpen game what he did tonight is absolutely incredible. So
I just saw you hug Mookie. What'd you say to him?
Oh, we're champs forever. Forever.
We went through a lot, and then we started the postseason, beating the best team in baseball and the Padres. And then we beat the hottest team in baseball and the Mets. And then we came here and we beat the mighty New York Yankees.
Love all those interviews. Everybody did a great job. The only thing he forgot to say, that was his favorite team managing, because his favorite team ever and the closest team ever obviously were the 2004 Red Sox. I don't know if you guys knew, but we were down like 3-0. It came back forward. There's a comeback to Netflix. That was the only thing that I just like. He just meant to say while he was a manager. Do you guys agree?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. You know what I loved about these guys was the team effort, and like Freddie talked about it, he went from a bullpen start to going out there and having another bullpen game, and he managed it masterfully. Like Jack Flaherty did not have it. Gives up 5 runs, and then all of a sudden this bullpen, every time he pointed out there, the guy came in and did their job, and then to have Walker Buehler cap it all off, and this is a team that, of course, they got Ohtani, right? Big, huge free agent signing, yay. We all know that. But the little pieces that they added, the Teoscar Hernandez on a 1-year deal, the trade for Tommy Edman, who was the NLCS MVP, the pickup of Jack Flaherty, like these little pieces that they add along the way, get Kike Hernandez, that really brought this team together and just kind of made this the unstoppable force that they were. So hats off to them, to Dave Roberts, man. What a job you did managing this team, and to all those guys taking care of business. They played sound, fundamental baseball. Yes, they have superstars, but they out-executed team after team, and it was a lot of fun to watch them play.
Well, it was a Hollywood ending, but Demp, you already saw it scripted.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, I'm even going to say it in 6 games. I think that the only thing that gets in the way of the Los Angeles Dodgers is them themselves. That's it. They are stacked, and I think they take it all the way to the World Series.
March 29th,
wow.
Demp.
Yeah.
Take a bow.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't hit up a Vegas sportsbook to throw that down, but I just had a feeling. I had a feeling it was coming. It was only a matter of time before they eventually wrapped one up. So Yeah, I'll take my due. I know. I stayed quiet all playoffs, so I didn't really get on it, you know?
You didn't say a word. You're right. You didn't say a word, and that was great. March 29th, you knew exactly what was going on. I will tell you this, though. They had the ability to pass the baton. And when you assemble a team, there's all kinds of different salaries, there's all kinds of different cultures, and there's all kinds of different languages. And then you figure it out in spring training, and then you start understanding, and then there's somebody in that clubhouse that keeps that, that bond going. I mean, you use Clayton Kershaw as an example. This guy's been a Dodger for a long time, wasn't available, and what was he? You've heard that he was the guy in that dugout when they were down. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. So it becomes a team. The salaries, the superstarism, the MVP trophies, those get pushed to the side, and then you just pass the baton. They had the ability to do their job. Whether it was Tommy Edmonds hitting 4th at one point or hitting 9th to get Shohei up, but the tough at-bats and just that team feel. Yes, they had just a barrel full of guys and superstars and the top 3 in that order. Like, it's stressful. But you mix in the entire roster, the entire bullpen, and yes, Dave Roberts, I will tell you this was his greatest managing stint. Even if the Yankees, let's just use the example that they weren't up 3-0 and it went to 7 games and the Yankees didn't win the World Series, I still thought that he had a remarkable year managing this group, had fun doing it, and every interview it felt like he was a little kid. And that's refreshing because you have to love what you do. There's a lot of stuff that comes with, managing, right? The armchair. Oh, how do you pull him? Why do you bring him in? Why do you do this? How do you leave him in? Listen, bro, you go with your gut, but he had fun doing it, and you could tell the love that he had for this group.
So we just saw Tommy Edman right there. He was the NLCS MVP. But guess what? I also saw that coming. You're not the only one, Dem.
Yeah.
So we always have these people, and I leaned on you guys. You guys each gave me a pick. I'll give you a shot right here. But I'm thinking about 5 people who are poised for a postseason performance that we're going to remember, okay? All right, number 3. Thank you, Sierra, for this. Tommy Edman. He stretches out an already deep lineup. It's primed to make a deep postseason run.
This was my pick.
You were the first person. I threw it out there. I said, give me a pick. And Sierra, you didn't even hesitate. You said Tommy Edman. Man, unbelievable. We're locked in.
We're the smartest baseball show around. I could put that right now. I mean, this isn't no. Oh, yeah. I got to learn the better language then. I got to learn the language. I wasn't speaking great this year, but you guys were remarkable. And Sierra's sneaky. I'm telling you right now, you brought that up then. September 17th was the date. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? And then it kind of cued that situation. But you watched the player he was, and he was hurt, and you knew. Great job, Sierra Santos.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I stay up late often watching all the West Coast games, so I had a feel for it,
Well, now that the New York Yankees come up short in the 2024 World Series, they are in the midst of their 3rd longest World Series title drought in their storied history. Their last World Series came in 2009 against the Philadelphia Phillies. We are now in the midst of a drought of 15 seasons, and clearly that doesn't sit well with them or their fan base. Let's hear some reaction last night after their series-clinching loss.
Obviously, this is a very difficult moment for us. You get to this point, as I said to the guys, this obviously it stings now, but this is going to sting forever.
I mean, they made it tough on us, just kept putting the ball in play and grinding out pitch after pitch. It felt almost, at the end of it, almost felt like a win to just, not really give up the lead and, be in a position to keep going. So, boy, that was a tough one, though.
Yeah, we just didn't get the job done. Just a couple mistakes along the way that hurt us. But like I said, we didn't finish it. You can't give a good team like that extra outs. So, it starts with me there in the, line drive coming in, misplay that. So, that doesn't happen. I think we got a different story tonight. I think falling short in the World Series will stick with me until I die, probably.
I'm really happy with the city, with the team, how these guys do. But at the end of the day, we will see. We're going to look at every situation, every offer that we get, and take a decision from there. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good experience. I think every player in the big leagues want to experience how it's going to be the free agency. So exciting to see how it's going to be. I feel like every team has the same opportunities when I'm going to the free agency. I don't want to say anybody has any advantage, because at the end of the day, we're going to look what they have and how much they want me.
He was targeted by the Yankees, a perfect bat. It was a beautiful marriage. What are you taking notes on? What uniform will Juan Soto be in next year?
He better be in a Yankee uniform for their sake.
He's going to be in the team that pays him the most money.
Do you
if
think
that's
so?
the Yankees
Do you
or the
think
Mets?
that's always the case?
No, but in this case it will.
It wasn't with Judge.
But it is with this case.
There's pressure. A guy like myself goes to free agency. I'm not hearing from the league office that I got to set any parameters for years to come. Juan Soto is a generational type talent. He I don't want to say he owes it to a lot of the players that'll come after him, but he's got to set the market. He's got to do I see him in a Mets uniform because I think Stevie Cohen got champagne sprayed on him in the NLCS, and he got a taste of that, and who doesn't like that? And I think with him and Lindor in that lineup, it could get scary. Ooh. I will say this as well. The Yankees can't sell to their fan base that they're going back to the World Series anytime soon if they don't bring this guy back. Otherwise, you got to reimagine everything. And if I'm them, obviously want Soto back. I want to put Soto in left field, which he'll get mad at me for saying. I want to move Judgy to right field. I want to get him out of center field. I can't expect him to hit 58, 144, play a $160, play center field. We'll sign to somebody.
Would Soto's contract theoretically be double that of Aaron Judge?
I mean, he's 26. He's going to get. I mean, if he.
Does that
going to ask for? I don't know how he's going to attack this. He's going to have $1 billion opt-outs in it, a 14-year deal till he's 40. I mean, do the math.
We're not going to see deferred money, kind of Shohei thing, right?
But Robert makes a good point. Does that complicate things? Who's making the most on a team like this?
Yeah, because Judge is the captain. He's the.
I think Aaron. Listen, free agency is about timing as well, right? Like. I don't necessarily think that the guys that are getting paid the most are the best players on their respective teams, so to speak. Like Max Scherzer is going to continue to make 43.5 wherever if he continue. You know what I'm saying? Like he was going to get paid big dollars. Yeah. So I think Judgy understands.
Not exactly.
Soto will make more. He will make more money if he comes back to the Yankees. All right, let's dive in on this. First off, we talked about yesterday morning. I was not going to go get the ball from Garrett Cole if I was Aaron Boone.
Right. 108 pitches.
And I thought he was Robert, he hit 99 at one point. Good. He was dominant. We looked up in the 5th inning. There wasn't a hit. I mean, Aaron Judge made that play against Freddie Freeman. And then all hell broke loose. And the house is burning to the ground. And can I get anybody to go out and calm it down, just a smidge? I want to take you through this. I'm telling you, I'm sitting up there watching this unfold, and I want to pause this real quick. I want to tip my hat to this guy, because he's going to get buried for not covering first, and rightfully so. Basic fundamental says you get over. Now, we have chronicled this earlier in the year. There are times where he kind of blacks out and doesn't cover first, or doesn't get behind the catcher and back up bags. He is out there competing, but I want to love on him just for a smidge, because he bared down after the 5th when it all went down the toilet and they were trying to regroup. I didn't think he was coming back out for the 6th. He emptied a bucket, 38 pitches. He came back out for the 6th. He came back out for the 7th for the New York Yankees. So I'll tip my cap to that. Let's run this in the 5th inning. Aaron Judge just takes his eye off this ball, period. Run that back real quick and you see it. If you run it real slow, you see it. I don't know what he's concerned about. Maybe he thinks he can double up the play at first base here. And he just takes a quick peek and he loses track of the ball. All right, still got a 5-0 lead. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. So we're not going to get on 99 right there, although he's got to make that play. Maybe it was knuckling a little bit off the end of Tommy Edman's at bat, but it's 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Flash to Booney, and he's just hammering seeds the entire game. Okay, here we go. Anthony Volpe just does not get a grip on this baseball. It's not the wrong play. High Home says he's got to go to 3rd base with this. What I want you to pay attention to, doing the little things, run that back for me real quick. Pause it. I want you to focus. We talk about what the Yankees don't do fundamentally and what the Dodgers do every stinking night. Watch Kike Hernandez. He knows Volpe's going to throw this ball to third. He is not taking a direct line and sliding into third base. Watch him bow this thing and try and get in the way of this throw. Run this slow. Here he comes down the line. Volpe's got to go to third base. Probably doesn't have right there,
Yeah,
right here.
I
Pause.
didn't notice that at the time.
Look at that.
Yep.
That's a great call.
Wow.
Now, do I think it caused Anthony Volpe to throw this in the dirt? No, I don't. I don't think he got a handle on the baseball because he kind of gives you a dead fish changeup. But it's the little things consistently, making people beat you instead of beating yourself. Right here. Perfect example. Jazz Chisholm can't pick it. Bases loaded. Okay, I got it. Still hammering seeds. Let Garrett Cole breathe. Here we go. Now we go punch ticket. Punch ticket. We're going to get out of this, Garrett. We're going to get out of this. Mookie Betts, cut her away. Get over it. What are we pointing at? Just get over. And I've made a ton of mistakes in my career, but just get over. At no point do you think Anthony Rizzo, maybe he thinks he's going to charge this. Does not matter. It doesn't matter. Garrett Cole has to get over, and it's 5-0 Yanks, and we probably are sitting on our flight right now. Pause. I mean, are we thinking about a mound visit here? Maybe? Just to calm him down? Freddie Freeman lurking? Okay, run this.
What would you have said?
I wouldn't have gone yet.
Okay.
I wouldn't have gone yet. But I'm certainly going after this moment. 1-2 count. Freddie, bullet up the middle. Now we got 5-3. Now the stadium feels it. He turns and says, get Tommy Kahnle going. Pause it. I need a mound visit right here. Right here, and I'm walking out to Garrett Cole, and I'm saying, hey, big boy, you are throwing the you-know-what out of this baseball right now. It's 5-3 because you didn't get over on a fillet of fish to the first baseman. Freddie Freeman's going to win the MVP when this is all said and done because they were probably going to win Game 6. Don't worry about the score. You are throwing the heck out of the baseball. Everyone relax, do your job, execute a pitch, and let's get out of here. 5-3. Let our offense score some runs. Nothing. 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes has gone by. He's been standing out on the mound, red face. Someone's got to go calm him down. Run it. Teoscar. 1-2 count. Doesn't execute a cutter away to a really good hitter. Now it's 5-5. Are we going to the mound now to calm him? That was my biggest takeaway from the inning. If you're the manager in that situation, and I've known Booney a long time, he's one of the best guys in the business, but that's when you have to lead. That's when you have to come out and just, everybody come here. Come here, everyone relax. It's a tie. It felt like they lost the game right there. The air came out of the place and the Dodgers were leaning on them. 5 unearned runs for a guy who hadn't given up a hit until that point. I just didn't understand how there was not a sense of urgency to slow the moment down the way the sense of urgency for Dave Roberts to bring this animal in the game in the 6th. Run this. Hats off to Blake Trinan. You go into next season as one of the best. I don't even care. You want to name him a closer? You want to name him a relief pitcher, gun for hire? It doesn't matter. This guy is flat nasty. He comes in, Anthony Volpe, sinker, high sweeper right there. Nasty backdoor breaking ball that he gets the call on. I mean, it was just bear down and get after it against some of the best hitters in the game. He gets over. Then he gives up his only extra base hit of the postseason right there, a double. But what I love, pause this right here, okay? Dave Roberts. Do you honestly think he was, if you're watching that game, I knew he was coming out of the dugout, looking at it over the top, and then people are sitting there going, oh, he's got to come out, he's got to come out. He's not coming out. Are you kidding me? Giancarlo Stanton's coming to the plate. That's a double play potentially waiting to happen. And Anthony Rizzo's backing him up with 2 broken fingers. You are living and dying with this monster right here. Run this. So when he walked out, I was like, he's going to ask him if he's good. You good? I'm good. I'm not coming out of this game. 2 hands on his chest, slow the moment down, execute pitches. Now, I will say he got away with this one right here. Giancarlo had already gone oppo. He left one out over for him, and Anthony was put in a blender. He was grinding right here. I mean, that ball, run that back for me, please. Can you see where this starts? There's maybe 1 or 2 other guys in the entire league that can get a pitch to do what this is wiffle ball stuff. You're trying to hit the leg of a chair back in the day.
I asked Dave Roberts what he was doing. He said, I wanted to feel his heart. I knew I had Walker for 1 inning.
Boom. Right man, right time. How about Walker Buehler threw 76 pitches that night before? He had 1 day rest coming off Tommy John going into free agency, and he goes up to the manager and says, put me in. And run that back for me. You think this man wants the moment? Watch when he punches out Austin Wells. What does he do? Run it.
Stares him down.
And take it walking. I mean, come on. This is what you want. And then he looks at his dugout like, I'm in it for the boys. I'm trying to win a world championship. So I got to give just so much love to the Dodgers for the way they played fundamentally sound, the way they pitch the baseball, the way they compete, and the way they grinded. It was really special to watch. But they also had one of the best hitters get on a heater.
Number 5, death taxes and Freddie Free.
Let's go through. I mean, nothing made me happier than to watch this guy.
Yeah.
I just love what you said.
I saw his father in the tunnel as they were all rushing out on the field, and we just hugged. I've known him since he was 18 years old. He was the unanimous MVP. He will have one of the most iconic moments in World Series history right there. Game 1, we were all there for it.
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
He is 100% going to the Hall of Fame, and he got locked in. Look at these ABs.
It's not just the talent, it's the process, you said.
Right? It really is, Lauren.
And he told me a couple of times just how much that time off between the LCS and Game 1 of the World Series, how much that
You could see it. His legs weren't under him
he
in
said,
the championship
He said he
series.
was still experiencing swellness in the ankle. By the way, he told me he had never sprained his ankle before, which I thought was a little unusual.
Rare.
But he said even after warming up prior to games in the World Series, he was still getting swelling in the ankle, and they would have to work that swelling out before the game.
And what blew my mind about Freddie's homers is he's usually a guy that likes to push the ball out away from him. For whatever reason, the first 3 homers that he hit in this World Series were all heaters, like tight to him, that he was able to use his legs again, really stay grounded. I mean, he takes this backdoor breaking ball and just turns and burns. And like I said, him hitting in that park, stealing. He'd hit 45 bombs in that joint. So
After the game, during the game, in that 9th inning, look at this, most RBI in a single World Series. He was hanging over the dugout. That's where he sits over 162. He watches every
inning.
single play.
Those other 2 guys, Bobby Richardson and Mickey Mantle, they did those numbers in 7 games. He did his in
Garrett
5.
Cole was, if he gets over, is going 8 innings.
Or
And
CG.
And then you give it to Weaver, and we're on a plane. Instead, the basic fundamentals of the game reared themselves again, and the Dodgers were able
It's the little things.
The Dodgers were going to
things.
win this anyway. I truly believe that, even with Aaron Judge getting hot. But wow, I felt like the Yanks gave him that one.
Even with everyone coming back, and oh, by the way, Shohei Ohtani is going to be pitching
That's
next
what I'm
year.
saying.
They are primed and they are ready. But man, it is so difficult to win it in back-to-back years.
They went into the postseason and World Series with 3 starters. They're going to show up to spring training with
like
72
12.
of them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Tyler Glasnow will be healthy.
Gonsolin May.
Gonsolin May.
Yamamoto.
Will be back. Yamamoto.
Shohei.
Shohei. It's going to get nasty. When I look at those odds, though, and I know the Dodgers are the favorites, there's a couple teams that jump out at me. Atlanta got bit so hard by the injury bug. If you don't think Austin Riley's and Ronald Acuña's of the world, they have to figure out their pitching staff a little bit. But I like where they stand. I mean, you look here, notable.
That jumps, Lauren?
The Orioles. I also think the Orioles in the American League, I think the young guys getting a taste consistently. I think it's only
They did last year, too, and it just went.
They need pitching.
In the postseason,
They
it
need
just
pitching.
doesn't. How does it?
You keep going.
Yeah.
You keep going, you keep slowing the moment down, and you do a better job. Mike Elias has to do a better job of bringing in starting rotation.
I'm interested to see what the Rangers look like with a full season of DeGrom.
And don't
Kumar
sleep on the
Rocker.
Phillies. I get it. It's like
That's also true.
Your window could potentially. I don't think it's closing, but you hear that. There's too many superstars there.
What about your Astros, Robert?
They got some things to figure out. Clearly, Bregman. What do you do with Tucker and Fromber in the near future? And then they need something.
What do you do? You
center field,
keep
first
Bregman?
base. I don't know. I don't know.
When will my Nationals be good? Give me years. 2 years?
Next year, they'll make a playoff push. I don't
2 years.
like
2 years. 2 years.
Okay, as we say, prepare to say goodbye here on this Halloween edition of MLB Central.
やはりヤンキースのメンバーにとっては悪夢であり、自分たちのミスが自分たちで理解できないという感じなんでしょうか。私も子供に少年野球のコーチをつけることがありますが、昨日の試合のことは早速明日の練習の時に子供たちに伝えたいなと思います。どんなに遠くに飛ばせても、どんなに速い球が投げれても、基本的なプレーこそ大事ですね。しっかり取る、しっかり走る、しっかり投げる、しっかりベースカバーをする。メジャーリーガーであっても、これらのミスが起きればあっという間に5点もの点差がひっくり返されてしまう、いい教材になりました。皆さんは昨日の試合の分水嶺はどこだったと思いますか？ぜひ場面をコメントで教えてくださいね。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。